Nestled in the heart of Walt Disney World, amongst the prestigious Golden Oak community, where custom Disney-designed mansions command sale prices of over $10 million, the Four Seasons Orlando stands as a beacon of modern luxury and elegance. Built in 2014 with 444 rooms, this extraordinary resort, set against the serene backdrop of a shimmering lake, invites guests into a world of water and natural beauty. Enveloped by lush gardens and pristine pools, the Four Seasons Orlando is a sanctuary of tranquility and splendor. And it had better be at almost $1,400 a night. Luxury is weird. It's defined as a state of great comfort or elegance, especially when involving great expense, but despite this, it's incredibly subjective. For some, just spending money to visit Walt Disney World at all is a luxury, whilst for others, staying at resorts such as the Grand Floridian is simply a standard part of their stay. So it comes as no surprise that when we tried to outline what we described as fake luxury at many of Disney's resorts, we understandably made some people a little bit upset. Let's talk about rocks for a moment. Most of the rocks you see in theme parks aren't actual rocks. They're molded concrete, crafted by skilled artisans who've perfected their craft over decades to create realistic faux rocks. And for most people, whether they're fake or not, doesn't really matter. If they look and feel like rocks, then for them, they're rocks. The same argument can be made about the perfectly crafted luxury within the simulated environments of Disney's resorts. But then, by that logic, what is true luxury? What do you get when you build something from the ground up, not to cram as many sweaty tourists into your building as humanly possible, but to create the ultimate luxury experience? On the 23rd of June 2010, Disney unveiled their latest venture at Walt Disney World, known as the Golden Oak Community. The community includes close to 300 houses that have access to multiple lakes, a small river, and an exclusive clubhouse. And in 2014, this development welcomed the Four Seasons Orlando Hotel and Resort to its neighborhood. Surrounded by multi-million-dollar homes in a gated community of members including the former CEO of Walmart and an NBA All-Star, this hotel can be seen as the true luxurious way to stay at Walt Disney World. That fully conscious baby was right, wanting to go to the Four Seasons Orlando. The hotel is one of two AAA 5-diamond rated resorts in Orlando, with the other being the Ritz-Carlton, that defines the hotel as having world-class luxury, amenities, and indulgences for a once-in-a-lifetime experience. The promised luxury at the Four Seasons is apparently delivered upon, with a perfect 5-star rating on TripAdvisor from over 3,200 reviews. The Grand Floridian only has 4.5 stars. In comparison, many of Disney's deluxe resorts only rank as a 4-diamond, which interestingly also includes Coronado Springs, which Disney defines themselves as a moderate resort. So that's just a weird outliner. If you want good value, I guess go there. Embracing the timeless charm of Spanish Revival architecture, also known as Florida Revival, the resort features iconic terracotta-tiled rooftops, stately square towers, and graceful arched windows. Guests can savor breathtaking views from terraces adorned with classical balustrades overlooking an impeccably designed golf course and gardens lush with mature oak trees, swaying palms, and towering pillars of cypress. All of this is to say that the resort it's a very nice resort. Considering it is smack bang in the middle of Walt Disney World, just north of Epcot, the Four Seasons Orlando is an official Good Neighbor hotel, which means that despite it not being operated by Disney, it still gains access to some of the exclusive perks only offered by the Mouse. This includes early theme park entry, which, surprise, gets you into the theme parks 30 minutes earlier than guests staying off-site. But interestingly, it does not include extended evening theme park hours, which allows you to stay in the parks after it officially closes, a benefit reserved usually for Disney's deluxe hotels and, oddly enough, the Swan and Dolphin Resort. But when talking about real luxury at Walt Disney World, expect really high prices, with rooms starting at $1,400 a night and quickly soaring from there. It really does go to show how much of a difference location makes, as the Ritz-Carlton in Orlando is $800 a night over at Grand Lakes, roughly 20 minutes drive from the Magic Kingdom, and shares much of the same offering as the Four Seasons. Hell, you could stay at the Ritz-Carlton for roughly the price of what it costs to stay at Disney's Grand Floridian, which I find insane. If you're willing to splash out over $2,500 a night, you can even get a park view room at the Four Seasons. Just be sure to bring your telescope, as the resort is over 2.5 miles away from the Magic Kingdom as the crow flies. So, you're watching this video and you're like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take the plunge and stay at the Four Seasons. What do you get as a resort guest when you're paying that sort of money? Well, firstly, there is a lot of stuff you can pay for. It's almost like a cruise ship where a vast majority of the things they push onto their guests are paid up charges. Tennis court rental starts at $50. You can get lessons for $140. The golf course, designed by Tom Fazio himself, I have no idea who that is, costs $135 per person. And the pool is surrounded by cabanas and bungalows that start at $600 and range up to $1,100. I cannot fathom why an exclusive private resort with no access from the outside world would need private bungalows at their pool, but here we are. Maybe I'm just not rich enough to understand this kind of thing. Now, a lot of this seems to be part of the business model. When people are paying the prices they are to stay here, they're not as likely to second guess a few charges over several $100s. They're just part of the cost of staying at a luxury resort. But what is complimentary? You would think for that price that you get a lot, and you do. Included in your stay is a twice daily housekeeping service, complimentary overnight shoe shine service, complimentary fitness classes, and even DVD players available on request. The resort's main swimming hole is a 5-acre water park called Explorer Island, themed almost to decaying stoned ruins. It looks really nice, with splash zones, interactive fountains, water slides, and similar pools just for kids and adults. The Four Seasons Orlando is also one of the only places outside of Disney's own resorts that includes character dining at their restaurant Ravello, with the Good Morning Breakfast with Goofy and his pals. The price is strikingly similar to Chef Mickey's at the Contemporary Resort and 1900 Park Fare at the Grand Floridian, which are similar character dining locations at $54. But the difference here is that you need to be staying on site at the Four Seasons, unlike the Disney locations. Now look, with the video we're making, pointing out Disney's flaws and kind of taking a stab at the Four Seasons as well, we are unlikely to be sponsored by them anytime soon. So if you want to support us, you can do so by subscribing, or even check out our Patreon for exclusive content if you want to support us even more. Now, if you want this luxury not just on vacation, but every day of the week, Disney has just the opportunity for you. Welcome to Walt Disney World Golden Oak Estate. Home to around 300 homes, this luxury residential community allows you to essentially live on Disney property for the small price of $8 to $20 million. Nestled in the south of this housing development and connected to the hotel is what is known as the Four Seasons Residences. Essentially, these are homes that you can purchase which include all the benefits and features of their hotel. So if you want to get that free overnight shoe shining every single night, now is your chance, as in late 2024, you will have the opportunity to buy into their newest expansion to the residency. This new development will feature 31 luxe residences in a single mid-rise tower and 9 attached boutique homes. Construction on the new residential tower and boutique homes has begun and is expected to be completed by early 2026. And prices are anticipated to start at over $5 million. That's right, there are about to be $5 million apartments at Walt Disney World, and they aren't even in the castle. The strangest thing about these new additions is that all of them are connected to other people's residences. Now that makes sense for apartments, but even the homes are connected duplexes. Surely people with this much money would prefer to have their own standalone properties, but maybe I'm missing something, as I'm definitely not in the market for a Golden Oak mansion anytime soon. As mentioned before, houses and apartments located within the Four Seasons residences are basically homes that come with all the benefits of a hotel, such as room service, cleaning, concierge, pools, Disney park transportation, spa services, and more. Being a resident, they will even go above and beyond this level of service by doing your shopping, maintaining everything whilst you're away, such as your gardens, and ensuring your clothes are washed, pressed, and ironed whenever you need them. Living here also requires you to become a member of the Golden Oak Club, which gives you access to the private clubhouse packed with community activities and events. Of course, all of this isn't included in the purchase price and requires fees of close to $55,000 paid every single year. That is essentially a salary, and more than almost anyone working at Golden Oak would earn in a year. But what if you can't wait until 2026 to move into this luxury? Well, we have some good news, as if you're looking for an existing standalone property in the Four Seasons private residences at Golden Oak, then you're in luck. Available right now is a 6,396 square foot property featuring 5 bedrooms and 7 bathrooms, which must be a rich person thing because I cannot understand why anybody would ever need that many bathrooms. But yeah, it comes with a pool and a wine room available for a chill $10 million and is the only property of this class available on the market for resale. Now, I'm sure the owner of this property isn't too upset that they're letting it go, as they themselves purchased it 5 years ago for $5.6 million, a nice 75.6% price increase since their purchase. We've seen similar price increases all around Golden Oak over the last couple of years, showing that there is definitely a demand to live in this development. Now, of course, if money is no option and you prefer the original Golden Oak development, you can instead move into this 7-bed, 10-bathroom house advertised as having an over-the-top bar to drown your sorrows in if the housing market in Orlando ever crashes, at a comfortable $17.5 million. If you're interested in more information about Golden Oak itself, be sure to check out our previous 2 videos on the topic. We've covered it before. There's a lot to go into if you're interested. But why don't we believe that many of Disney's own resorts and hotels fall into this same category of luxury? Whilst they are also built from the ground up with many luxury aspects in mind, it comes down to the intent of the projects, and Disney knows this. All of Disney's resorts, outside of select DVC locations, are built with the core focus of mass accommodation for their theme park guests. This mass market approach fundamentally differentiates them from true luxury resorts. Disney has over 7,000 deluxe and DVC hotel rooms to fill every single night across Walt Disney World property. By their own definition, Disney ranks their resorts from value to moderate to deluxe. This wording is intentional because the core structure and purpose of these resorts are inherently the same. What differentiates them is not a fundamental shift in the luxury experience, but rather the level of finishings, amenities, and theming you'll get. For example, a value resort might offer basic accommodations with minimal theming and fewer amenities, aimed at families looking for an affordable way to experience Disney magic. A moderate resort steps up that theming and amenities slightly, offering a more immersive environment but still focusing on accommodating large numbers of guests. A deluxe resort, while more upscale, still prioritizes capacity and convenience for park visitors over the personalized, exclusive experience that characterizes true luxury. In contrast, the Four Seasons Orlando does not prioritize mass accommodation. Instead, it focuses on providing an unparalleled luxury experience, emphasizing personalized service, exquisite design, and a serene environment. Even at a basic level, those not staying at the Grand Floridian can still enter the resort, use all the amenities, and pretty much do whatever they want. They can walk into the halls if they so please, whilst you cannot do the same at the Four Seasons Orlando. This is the fundamental difference in the core mission and execution of the project, resulting in a true luxury experience that Disney's mass market resorts, by design, cannot replicate. And trust us when we say that Disney has tried, but it's not what they do best. The Galactic Star Cruiser, more commonly known as the Star Wars Hotel, is the perfect example of this. Marketed as an exclusive luxury experience and charging thousands of dollars for a 2-night stay, it promised an immersive adventure. However, for most people, it just didn't hit the mark. The high cost and limited appeal highlighted the challenge Disney faces when attempting to create a genuine luxury experience within its existing framework focused on high volume and broad appeal. But what is true and what is fake shouldn't determine an individual's joy. Video games are a fake adventure, you can't argue that they aren't, but many still play them. Theme parks are fake environments, yet many still visit them. Fake is not bad, unless you're trying to sell it as true. That is exactly why Disney calls them deluxe resorts, and not luxury resorts. For Review Time, I'm Dom. Thanks for watching.